Let's stay at the fanciest hotel at Universal Orlando Resort. Lowe's Portofino Bay Hotel is the highest priced luxury offering here at Universal Orlando. It's an Italian themed hotel, obviously themed to Portofino, as you might have guessed, and it's got a beautiful, incredibly immersive theme that makes you feel like you really are walking around a Piazza in Italy. Portofino Bay is one of 3 premier hotels at Universal. That's the highest level of hotels, comparable to Disney's deluxe level, and Portofino Bay is going to be sort of the creme de la creme of those hotels. Generally, with those premier hotels, you're going to expect amazing perks, spacious accommodations, and wonderful service. This hotel is much awarded, has been called one of the top 10 theme park hotels in the whole world before, has I think 4 diamonds and fine dining, a spa, the whole shebang. So we're gonna take a look around and get a sense of this hotel and whether or not it might be worth the stay for you. Also, I think the price might surprise you. When you arrive here at Portofino Bay, you will be welcomed at this beautiful porte cochere and transported to Italy. It's definitely a really awesome theme in my opinion. My first impression of it was kind of stellar because you kind of drive in on this winding driveway right past the beautiful bay and you get to see these towering buildings that looks like a number of different Italian buildings all put together. It's definitely an overtly themed resort, which as someone who loves a theme, who loves theme parks, that's awesome for me. My only complaint with it is that some of the theming, not a lot, but some, is decal based. So like these bricks here are just painted on and they look very beautiful, but it definitely takes me just a touch out of it when the illusion is broken. But that said, you'll arrive at this porte cochere, whether you're dropped off by an airport shuttle like the Universal Superstar shuttle, or if you drive yourself, you'll kind of walk in over here. Self-parking and valet parking are available. Self-parking will run you about $28 per night if you are an overnight guest. But you will head into a very unique lobby. So this lobby is actually on the 3rd floor of Portofino Bay. It's a little bit of a confusing layout here at Portofino Bay, but this is the 3rd floor, is this lobby when you come in. Your check-in is going to be directly to your right, so I think we better check in real quick, and then we can go see the room before coming back here to check out more of this amazing hotel. Now, when you check in, you can check in as early as you like, but your room is not guaranteed to be ready until 4 p.m. All right, I'm all checked in. I have our room. I'm really, really super excited to see it. This stay is hosted by Universal, so thank you, Universal, for having me, but I'm really excited to take you guys along with me on this staycation at this super unique hotel. All right, made it to the room. Let's see what we got. Woo! Okay, bathroom here. Pretty big room. Nice, nice. And look, we got a balcony. There are very few balconies at this hotel, but you can get a balcony. Oh, it's raining now. You can get a balcony. It's usually an upcharge at check-in, and you can't book them in advance. But I did get one. I've got a bay view. Oh, it's thundering. I've got a bay view, and I can see the beautiful hotel, as well as the boats going by, and I can even see the theme parks over there. I'm very excited for my stay here. I'm very excited to experience this room and like sit out on my balcony when it's not thundering, but we've got to look around. We got to see all these details, so let's check it out. We're gonna start at the door, which is a great place to start. We got 2 peepholes, one short and one tall. General standard lock. You do use a room key to get in here, which you'll get at check-in. Mine has King Kong on it, so that's pretty cool. Then we've got this nice little sort of drink station right here when you enter. So we have this mirror where you can see me do this. This little side table has a big cubby where you could kind of put some stuff. I think that's a good place to drop your like bags and stuff, your day bag. Got your ice bucket, your do not disturb card for if you're in here. And then you've got your coffee machine, which is just a little, you know, instant cup coffee pods machine with a couple of different options. For coffees and creamers and sugars and things like that. Continuing onward, we make it to the closet here. It is a relatively sizable closet actually, which kind of surprised me. It's not the biggest, but it's pretty sizable. Plenty of room for you to hang up any clothes that you might need to hang up. They've got the laundry services stuff here. You've got your luggage rack and then spare pillow and blanket. On the other side, we have 2 robes for your use while you're here that say Lowe's Hotels on them. Very excited. I love when a hotel has robes. We've also got a wall safe that you can program. Oh, that was a loud and squeaky noise from that hanger. Ironing board and iron. And your hair dryer is up here as well. It's a full-size hair dryer. Okay, then we head into the main space. It's a pretty sizable room. We have 2 queens in here. All the rooms here you can get with king beds as well. This is also a standard room here at this hotel. They have standard rooms. There's deluxe rooms that have a little bit more space. The standard rooms have 2 different view categories, the garden view and then the bay view, which is what we have, as you can see by the very obvious bay out there. There are also suites here, including family suites with a Despicable Me theme that are so cute. I would love to stay in one of those. That is adorable. As well as some like more luxury suites. Also, since this is a more high-end hotel, you're gonna find club level as an option as well. So right when you walk in on your left, we have this little like seating area, table, 2 chairs, plenty of space to work or eat your room service, because there is room service. We'll talk about that in a second. You've got your lamp here that does have an outlet on it and a little switch. And then you've got the rundown, which is kind of like your like must-know information. Nothing that exciting, but like where the ice is. You've also got this very cute print of what I assume is the real Portofino, which is awesome. And it's fun to like look at this print and then look outside and it looks so similar. Lots of floor space in here. These are the largest hotel rooms at Universal, with hotel rooms around 450 square feet. Some are 490. We have our vanity here. That's not a vanity. What is this called? Dresser. And it's got a TV on top. Not the largest TV I've seen in a hotel room, but honestly fine for a room this size. Your remote comes bagged for, I guess, cleanliness. Then you've got 2 Fiji waters, which are for purchase. So if you drink these, you know, you'll have to pay the $7.50 on your room. And then your in-room dining menu, very exciting. We've got the morning fix, so breakfast all day long, kids kitchen, the sweet encounter, which is dessert, late night, which runs, literally you can get room service 24 hours. The late night one runs between like 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., I think. I'll have another, which is going to be alcohol, and then even Lowe's loves pets, and just a lot of like really high-end stuff is available in here, as well as some more like basic options. So a pretty extensive menu, and like I want to bring my cat to eat the kitty salmon supreme. TV is gonna have standard cable options. It's right now on the Peacock channel, but like accessing the guide. Yeah, you've got your standard cable channels as well as a few Universal channels. Then we've got our dresser here. So 6 drawers, they're all about the same size. Pretty spacious. I don't think you'd have any issue with storage in this room. And you have this cabinet, which has your fridge in it. It has this like weird little shelf in it. I don't know what this is for or was for. It looks like it maybe used to hold like something specific. I don't know. But we do have this little fridge or cooler. And yeah, so enough space in there for leftovers, that kind of thing. Then we've got a little sitting area here in the corner with a chair with an ottoman, recycling bin and trash can here. And then this is the biggest lampshade I've ever seen in my life. I could like wear that as a shirt. It's so big. Then we have our window, which we talked about a little bit when we walked in with our beautiful view, but we'll go out there because it has stopped raining. We've got a privacy curtain here, although I'm not sure you'd super need it in this room. We're not very close to where anybody could see in here. And you've got blackout curtains as well if you want to take a nap. Now let's head out onto that balcony. Oh, it's windy. It's humid. So out here we've got 3 chairs and a little table, all like very nice patio furniture, frankly. In the room I'm in, oh my gosh, that was awesome. Oh my gosh, you got a fish. Is that a bald eagle? What is happening right now? So then our view is very nice. So we've got the bay here, which this is the Portofino Bay that goes with the hotel. That's actually an entrance driveway to Portofino Bay. Then in the distance, you can see sort of the rooftops of, that's the Hard Rock, I believe, as well as Rip Ride Rocket behind it. Over there, I can see the very top of something, perhaps Men in Black Alien Attack. And then we've got our boat dock here that you can take the water taxi to the parks. Very short ride, which we will probably do while we're here. All these theming boats, which I think is such an amazing detail. It really makes you feel like you're in Italy. And then, of course, the beautiful Portofino Bay Resort beyond with the Piazza over there. That's the main Piazza. We'll talk more about the Piazzas later. Now again, all rooms do not come with balconies. As you can actually see, most of them do not. As if you look over there, I can only see 3 balconies on that building. And immediately next to me, there's a balcony. So like I could be out here right next to someone, but not a ton of balconies. Back inside, we've got our beds. So 2 queen beds in this room, but you can't get a king bed. I really like the headboards on these. They're like soft headboards and they're cloth and they like look very fancy, I think. Even though the rooms aren't like overtly that themed, We've got 4 pillows on each bed and 1 decorative pillow. There is no like underbed storage space. It's like a regular underbed, so it's not blocked off. So make sure to check under here when you leave that nothing got tucked under there, but I wouldn't say it's a good space for storage either. Plenty of space between the beds. Another mirror here where you can see me do this. We've got this side table here in the middle, which is plenty spacious to have everyone have things on, but there's no side tables on the other sides, which is just something to keep note of. We've got your phone with all the numbers you might need to know, a notepad with a pen, and then an alarm clock, which is something that you don't see in Disney hotels, but you do see here at Universal. There's also this little cubby and then a drawer here, which is about the same size as the ones in the dresser. Of course, we'll be back for bedside, so we gotta head into the bathroom. Oh, almost forgot the thermostat. It's right here. It's adjustable. You can make it what you want. Then we have the bathroom. Huge bathroom. It is like so large. And I know that the bathrooms kind of vary in rooms here, but this one's a relatively large one. Now, I will say that all of the bathroom things are all in one room. So if you are traveling with like a friend or something, there's not going to be any getting ready while someone uses the bathroom or takes a shower because the whole bathroom will be taken up. But over here we have the commode, another trash can, some extra toilet paper here, another print of Italy, which is beautiful. You've got your towel rod with your towels. And then the vanity is very large with 2 sinks, plenty of vanity space here. Each sink has a water glass next to it. And then you've got sort of your toiletries, like a tissue box. There's this, which is Q-tips and cotton balls, which I like never see in hotels. Some washcloths, hand towels, soap, face bar, a shower cap, hand and body wash and hand and body cream here. And I actually really love this like porcelain set. That is so cute. I think it's such a nice detail. Your washcloths are here. There's an actual bath mat, which I never see. Like it's always like one of these, like the shower mats. There's an actual rug in here. And then you've got your makeup mirror. I like these wall sconces too. They're on the fancy side. And then we've got our shower and bathtub over here to the right. Just your standard shower curtain. Tile walls that matches the floor in here. You've got standard shower controls, a couple of little corner shelves for any toiletries. In here, you'll find shampoo and conditioner of the same brand, another of those facial soap bars, and some washcloth. Here is our shower head. Let's check out that pressure. I would say moderate shower pressure. Not as aggressive as I'd like it, but I like a very aggressive shower. So I think that would satisfy most people. And another shelf in here with a towel rod. Here's your full length mirror on the back of the door. So you can see me do this. I also will say I find this kind of funny that like the curtain towel hangers are on the mirror, because what if everyone's hung their towel up and I want to do that in the mirror? What then? We're not done in the room. We still have to do bed science and talk about money stuff, but I'm so hungry. So we're going on a field trip together. We're out here to Harbor Piazza, which is sort of the main central piazza that's right on the bay. It's definitely cloudy out here. I'm looking for food. So I just passed the Starbucks and the Gelateria. I don't need gelato. I need like a meat or a cheese. Lots of restaurants here at this hotel. I think this is going to be our quick service, which is what I'm going for. Okay, so this is Sal's Market Deli. This is the quick service here. They've got pizza, salzones instead of calzone sandwiches, Italian favorites, which is going to be the vibe of all food here, but open for most of the day, and I'm going to head in and grab a quick snack, or I guess lunch. I haven't really eaten. So there's lots of like grab and go like chips and stuff like that. There's even some more like specialty stuff, like stuff you would see at like in the Italian section at like a world market. So some actual Italian treats. I don't know what I want. You've also got grab and go wine, beverages, and beer, as well as fruit sandwiches and salads. And then you can order pizza, sandwiches, salads here at the counter as well. Sal's does have outdoor seating over on the piazza, and then plenty of indoor seating as well for if it's rainy or just crowded. And because we're at Universal, we've got a Coca-Cola Freestyle machine, which I am a Coke girl, not a Pepsi girl. I'm sorry. And I love a Coca-Cola Freestyle, and I might get a vanilla Coke. Right. Food acquired. This is the Toscana. It's a turkey sandwich with cheese and sun-dried tomatoes. It comes with their house-made potato chips, which I love house-made chips. I should have gotten ketchup, which I didn't, but that's on me. The house-made chips are really good. They kind of just taste like your basic house-made potato chips, but house-made potato chips are like 1,000 levels better than regular potato chips. Balcony turkey sandwich, cheers. So good. There's also mayo and Dijon mustard on this. It is so delicious. The cheese is so melty, and I'm really tasting the sun-dried tomatoes. Turkey is also my favorite sandwich meat. This might have been like the lamest sandwich on the menu, but it sounded the best to me at this moment, and I was right, because this is very good. And I think it will fill me up just fine to do bed science. I'm filled up. I'm ready for bed science. Italian bed science. So let's do it. Take out my fanny pack, very important. I've heard these beds are crazy comfortable. So, moment of truth. Ooh, this is a comfy bed. I would say my first impression was that it was softer, but I actually think what's actually happening is that it's forming to me and then it's firm, which is to me the sign of a good quality mattress or mattress top or whatever they have on this. It's definitely comfortable. I wouldn't say like it feels like a cloud, but I don't know. I think I have to sleep on it to really decide, which of course is when we do the 8-hour extended bed science later. But I gotta try out the pillows too. I'm very picky about my pillows. I love Disney pillows, so. Ooh, no wait, this is good. I love soft pillows. And as you can see, look how much my head is sinking. If you don't like soft pillows, these are softer than Disney's pillows. If you don't like soft pillows, you might want to bring your own or double up because these are very, very cushy soft pillows. I love them. I'm going to build a nest for myself out of all 8 of the pillows in this room tonight. Let's talk about money. How much are you spending to stay in these rooms? Now, prices of these rooms, those nightly rates are going to vary based on when you come, based on date, as well as availability and things like that, and of course your room type. For the standard rooms, prices can get as low as about $200. When I looked this morning, they were being listed at $380 per night. And they can get up a little higher if you get those nicer views. The suites are going to be a lot higher into like the $500 to $700 range. And of course, there's the even pricier suites with club level being more expensive. In general, if you want to compare this in pricing to a Disney hotel, think about Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's going to be about the same pricing as the lowest cost deluxe resort over at Disney. That is the nicest hotel here at Universal with amenities that rival the nicest hotels at Disney, priced the same as the cheapest of the deluxe resorts. In fact, you can even get rooms here for the price of a moderate, something like Grand Destino Tower at Coronado Springs. You'd be paying a similar amount to stay here for more amenities, better access to the parks and things like that than you would get at Disney. Comfy as these pillows are, that's enough of the room. We've got hotel to see. Let's go do a walking tour, check out all of the amazing amenities this hotel has to offer, and what you can expect if you're looking at a stay here. Okay, we're back in the lobby where any good resort tour starts, and we're actually gonna pop out the front of the building here real quick. We of course came in through here earlier, seeing that porte cochere, but we're gonna head out right now to check out a very important spot that you'll need to know about if you're staying at Portofino Bay. So there are a lot of different transportation options when it comes to getting around Universal Orlando Resort. One of those options is going to be the bus. Probably the least exciting. We'll get into the more exciting options a little later, but to bus to and from the theme parks or City Walk or Volcano Bay, you're gonna come out in front of the hotel and come to the left where you'll find the bus shelter. Now this is the only way to get to Volcano Bay is via the bus shelter, but these buses do run about every 10 minutes to get to and from the parks. Here's a general location of where Portofino Bay is. So we're located here, very, very, very edge of Universal Orlando Resort. And then this here, this orange, this is the garden path, which actually you can walk to a lot of the Universal hotels as well as the theme parks on that garden path. The only thing about it is that it is very long. So it's about a mile from the hotel to the theme parks here. So it's not super close, but luckily there's a lot of transportation like the buses here. And the buses do come very, very regularly. I have never waited for a bus at Universal. Every time I've wanted to go somewhere, the bus has already been there when I walk up. Now, if you do park at Portofino Bay, you will get a ticket when you arrive, but the entrance and exit of the parking lot will actually be on your room key once you're issued your room key. So you can just throw away that ticket once you have your room key. They'll explain that at the front desk. Also, Portofino Bay does have ballrooms and meeting room space, plenty of it. There's a big chunk of the hotel dedicated to sort of office and ballroom space. Portofino Bay does weddings, so if that was something you were interested in, you can certainly look into that by reaching out on the contact information on the Universal Orlando site. Also out front here, you'll see this cashier window for the parking cashier, which is where you can pay for your parking, whether valet or guest, if you wanted to do cash. But we have made it back to the lobby. So here in the lobby, we saw that check-in desk earlier. Over here, right by the entrance, is going to be your luggage services. Luggage services are a great and amenity I use a ton. It's where you want to drop off your luggage if you arrive before your room is ready, or if you need to depart after you need to check out of your room. You can leave your luggage with luggage services so that you can go enjoy the parks or city walk. To your left in the lobby building is going to be a sitting area. It's very nice. It's got a bunch of like wicker chairs and stuff. I have to say, I'm actually not a huge fan of like more classical Italian interior and exterior design, so this theme doesn't particularly tickle my fancy, but I know a lot of people love it. Also, there's chess in here. Also, you can kind of step out off onto this veranda off the side and look out and get your first glimpse of Harbor Piazza, which is the main piazza here at the hotel. But there are many, many piazzas. So we're going to be talking about like a ton of piazzas. So many piazzas, you're going to lose count. My favorite part of this main lobby room, though, has got to be this section where it looks like you've walked into an outdoor courtyard. It is covered with this huge skylight. The whole ceiling is basically glass. And there's this lovely fountain in here. It's just honestly a very beautiful space with a ton of natural light, which is awesome. This is also where you'll find the Avis car rental desk if you need to do anything with Avis and your rental car, and the Universal Orlando Resort Vacation Planning Center, which is where you want to go to plan your trip to Universal, whether that's purchase your theme park tickets or anything like that. Look at Express Pass. So you don't need to look at Express Pass, because one of the biggest perks about this resort is that Express Pass is actually included. The unlimited Express Pass is included. That's a value of typically around $170. Yeah, included with your stay. You get it every day that you stay at one of the premier level resorts. This is also where you'll find the concierge office, but let's take a look at this map here so you can get a sense of how this hotel is laid out. It's laid out in a pretty giant U here. This here is the main like lobby complex, and then this back end here is going to be meeting space and ballrooms and things like that. So we're kind of here. And then these two wings are going to be primarily guest rooms. Most of the shopping and dining is going to be located right around Harbor Piazza, but we will see all of it in great detail. And then there's walking paths to the parks on either side of the bay, so you don't have to go all the way around the bay. You can take walking paths on either side, or you can take the water taxi directly to the parks as well. You can pass the concierge. I also love this section of the hotel because it looks like walking through the streets of Italy at night. I've never been to Italy, but I would love to go. And we passed the first of our shopping options here at Portofino Bay at La Memoria di Portofino. This shop is going to be geared more towards your like vacation-centric kind of gifts and items like that. Just kind of basic stuff. It's not going to be Universal branded, so I recommend shopping from the Universal store if you're doing a Universal trip, but it's still a cool shop to walk around. They also have the essentials wall, Advil, medicine, little snacks and things like that, so might be worth stopping in if you need to. Now, something you'll often find at these hotels that have meeting and ballroom space is a business center, which there is one located right here if you need to do any printing or have access to a computer because you didn't bring one. And then we do have the meeting and ballroom space here on the end of the hall. The interior design of this hotel definitely feels very grand, but it also to me feels a touch dated. And again, it's just not my style, but I still think that there are a lot of like really beautiful things about it. Like, especially over here in the meeting space. There's not a lot of people over here because there's not a meeting going on. But look at this. There's even information about the painting across the wall, telling the story of it. This might be weird, but one of my favorite things to do is walk around event spaces at these hotels when no one's there. It's a great place to find like a quiet place to sit down and enjoy like some more beautiful aspects of the hotel, like this stunning staircase with a grand piano at the bottom. Something to keep in mind if you are going to stay at Portofino Bay is that it can be a lot more crowded if there's some kind of event going on, whether that be a large wedding or a business event of some kind. Any sort of event can bring a lot of crowds. Portofino Bay is on the large size, has a lot of different amenities, so it probably won't be too big of an issue for you, but just something to keep in mind. Here out back on the lobby is another piazza. This is the Central Piazza. And I do, like, Piazza is obviously an Italian plaza, and I actually really love that that's kind of a core thing at this hotel, is that there's all these outdoor spaces that you can kind of stroll around, grab a seat, take in the weather if it's not pouring, which it isn't now. And I just think that that makes it for, like, there's a lot of places to, like, just hang out. And the theming is so wonderful that even though some of it is painted on, you can't really, like, catch it because it's just so grand and the buildings are so large and everything is so spectacularly themed. There's like no point where it sort of lapses. I also just very much get the sense that like when you're wandering around this hotel, you're kind of wandering around Italy, or at least you're wandering around a pretty good replication of Italy. It's a very like incredibly themed thing to do. Before I went over to the pool, I saw this like railing and I really want to know what was up here. And it's this lawn that looks a lot to me like it could be used for wedding services and ceremonies, which is pretty cool. I actually really love it up here too. The trees are so beautiful and the way the buildings look surrounding this area. This hotel feels like walking through an illustration of Italy. It's exactly what it feels like. Like it feels like I am in a storybook where someone has illustrated Italy and I'm walking around. And that's pretty cool. But we are gonna head down this way to the villa pools. Please use the other gate. Okay, we're gonna head around the other way to the villa pool. Now, there are a couple of different types of rooms besides the standard rooms like we're in. There's also the villa rooms and the hospitality rooms. These are just simply offer a couple of different things. The hospitality rooms are all around the meeting space, so you can certainly pick what works best for your trip when you're booking on the Universal website. There's guest laundry here though, so there's guest laundry available. If you're staying and you need to do some laundry, there's laundry services. I love these little mosaics. I decided to go a different way to make my way back to where we were just so we can see a little more of this main lobby area. Off on the side here, you'll see Club Portofino, and you might be wondering what that is. That's for club level. Oh, sorry, it's Portofino Club, the Portofino Club. It's club level access only, but lots of amenities. Complimentary, you know, snacks and beverages and things like that for club level. Your standard club level offerings. Of course, club level is upcharged at this hotel. You do get access to the specialty concierge. Yeah, let's head back over to that pool, shall we? One thing I will say also that I really liked about Portofino Bay so far is that when I checked in, I was able to give them my phone number, and then I got a text asking if I wanted like the restaurant menus, and I said yes. But the thing is, if I need anything, I can just text from my phone number. They know that my phone number goes to my room, and so if I say like, hey, can I get some extra towels, they'll bring them to my room, and I just have to text, which is awesome. I don't have to be there. Like, it's literally just, if I think of something that I could need or a question I have, I can just shoot the front desk a text instead of having to call or deal with any sort of like chat system. Disney does have a chat in the My Disney Experience app, but in my experience, wait times often say that you're going to wait over 24 hours for a response, which is like no better than an email system. And it usually isn't quite as long as it says, but it's certainly not a prompt response. You do need your room key to access sections of the resort. Obviously, you need a club level room to access the club, so you need a room key for that. In this case, you do need any room key for the hotel to access the pools, and that's just because the pools are limited to guests of Portofino Bay only. This is one of the quieter pools, the villa pool. As you can see, there's literally nobody in it. It's on the small side, but this, I mean, really does feel like laying out somewhere in Europe. I love the yellow umbrellas. Yellow is my favorite color, and those umbrellas are so cute. Maybe I'll get one for my house. You also can rent cabanas. Look at this fountain with all the bodies. There are cabanas here at the villa pool and over at the beach pool that you can rent if you would like a cabana, just kind of to stake your claim on a spot by the pool. It's actually the like middle of July almost, and it is not super busy here today. It feels like not a lot of people are here in general, which granted it is the middle of the day. People are probably at the parks, but it certainly is a slower time here at Portofino Bay. We've got these two little spas, plunge pools, warm and cool, which is awesome. I wish I brought a swimsuit because it is really icky and humid out today. And it's just so relaxing. I will say all of the chairs have cushions on them, which I have a love-hate relationship with. I love because I think that's a lot comfier, and I hate because when it rains, there's like no coming back from that. The other thing to know is that there is poolside service. So you can order right from your phone, and the pool bar and grill, which we'll go look at, will deliver right to your pool chair if you want. There's a bocce ball court here as well, which kind of reminds me of Riviera Resort. They have bocce ball and lawn games like this. Riviera, of course, is more like European Riviera, French Italian, and this is obviously a straight Italian kind of vibe. But let's head on over to the busier pool and see what that's like. Aha! I've seen a sign of one of the very exciting amenities here. So there is a full spa here, Mandara Spa, and they offer a number of different services. Skincare, wraps, body treatments, nail care, massages. kind of the basics that you expect from a spa. You can absolutely get that here at Mandara Spa. Also have steam and sauna facilities in there. If you are interested in something with Mandara Spa, I recommend booking in advance just to make sure that you can get your treatment. But you never know, there might be availability when you're here. So if you just decide, I could use a spa day, I deserve it, you've got access to Mandara Spa. Also, this is the only Universal Orlando Resort hotel with a spa, so a very nice amenity. You'll also find right by Mandara Spa the fitness center, which is a full gym fitness center for if you want to get your workout in while you're on vacation. That is not for me. I'm a big rest gal when I'm on my vacation or my staycation or when I'm at home. But the fitness center is available. It is not 24 hours, but it's very early to pretty late. So this is going to be state-of-the-art equipment, weight training, as well as cardio machines. So yeah, you can pop in there if you need to work out a little. Speaking of working out, there's a lot of jogging trails and walking trails all around Portofino Resort. I'm a big walker. I love taking walks. And you can just see like everywhere, there's just paths. I've already like gotten lost wandering around just like the core part of the resort. So it's definitely a walkable, very nice and relaxing, I should say strollable experience. I hear some pretty exciting sounds though. And that's because we've made our way to the beach pool, which is the largest pool here at Portofino Bay. This is where you're gonna find family activities here. I just heard them playing red light, green light with the kiddos. You also can rent your cabanas over here, which you can do at the bartender or by calling the front desk for reservations. And they do have movies. They're showing Little Rascals tonight, but there's movies at the pool as well. They're definitely blasting music at this pool, and there's more people at this pool in general, which is not saying much because there were none at the other pool. But beach pool does have a sandy beach, more of those nice relaxing pool chairs. There's a play area nearby. We'll go over there and check out a closer look. But the real showstopper here is this like ruins of a castle theming off to the side. Also have access to Splendido Bar and Grill, which is going to service the other pool as well. And this is going to be like pretty full service restaurant with smaller offerings, salads, as well as like full sandwiches and burgers and stuff. It's still kind of basic pool fare for sure, but also a full bar and tons of different pool drink offerings, especially cocktails. Maybe I'll try the Portofino Bay Punch. I like to try the namesake drink of these resorts. Let's check out the rest of the pool first before we have some pool time for ourselves. Going up these stairs, I don't know where they lead, but I'm enjoying the sense of discovery that you and I have found together today. Yeah, okay, so here's the spa. Right here, hot tub is here, and then we kind of get up into the castle part of the pool. Ah, yes, we're at the top of the water slide. There is a water slide in the castle. We'll go check it out from the bottom. I'm such a sucker for a castle. I'm like, this is the best pool ever. There's just like part of a castle. This is so nice though, like sitting over here in the, like tucked in. Oh, I want to swim under that. Don't you want to swim under that? Okay, so the water slide goes in, twists around, that tower in the middle, and shoots out right here. Something else I'm noticing just while I'm at Portofino Bay right now is that the hotel definitely feels its age. It's a little older than something like Cabana Bay. And I was at Cabana Bay pretty recently, which you can see the full tour of online. And that feels like a very new hotel. A lot more crowded, a lot of cool amenities, but fewer amenities than here at Portofino Bay. But felt a little newer. So if that's something that's important to you, that's something to keep in mind when looking at Portofino Bay, is that it feels like a little bit of an older hotel. On my way to another spa. And the cabanas on this side, some of them do have plasma TVs, so that could be really nice watching TV by the pool. I made it up to the little kiddos section where we have this little shallow splash pad, and I love the fountains here. There's a turtle, over there's a lobster, and there's a snail, and I think those are just so cute. Gotta walk into the snail stream to look at this little pirate ship playground, but I'm okay with that. Then, little pirate ship playground. I think it's very important for hotels to have playgrounds for kiddos because no matter how much you run around the park, there will inevitably be a point where they have too much energy and you can drop them off there. So there are like pool activities where they play with kiddos. There's also billiards over here and Connect Four and things like that. Here's gonna be the towel hut too, where you can get towels if you need them. And there were also towels by the pool gate when I walked in. We might come back here for a pool drink, but we might try a specialty drink elsewhere because there's a lot of dining to see still. I'm gonna help you out with these doors too. I always feel like I'm trapped. You don't wanna push against the gate because it won't release if you are. You wanna push the button and then push the gate. Same thing for pulling it. Now also off of the beach pool deck is this hotel's game room or arcade. This is super fun if you got like teens or kiddos who are bored while you're maybe resting up at the hotel. And the arcades at both Disney World and Universal now are pretty wild. Like, some of the games they have are just so insane compared to what you might have as a kid. I played this Jurassic Park game one time, and it was so scary. Maybe it wasn't this one. I played a different Jurassic Park game in the theme park, and it really did scare me. It was a scary game. Okay, we're gonna make our way this way now and go back up, I think, to Harbor Piazza if we go this way. Something about these stairs keeps making me think of in Luca when they're biking down the stairs. I'm like, I want to do that, but I would fall. But I asked my parents for a bike for my birthday, which is coming up, and I think they got me one, so I could make it a reality. I don't think they let me do that here. Yeah, Harbor Piazza. This is definitely a confusing hotel. It's pros and cons, because it's like I'm getting lost, but I'm having so much fun wandering and feeling like I'm discovering different parts of the hotel. We made our way back to kind of a central area here though with Harbor Piazza. This is the biggest piazza. I think I've said that like 60 times in this video. And it's gonna be your access to the east and west guest wing, which is where the standard rooms are gonna be located, as well as a lot of the shopping and dining. So let's take a look around. So here's a shop listed as Alta Moda. It does not appear to be open right now. I'm not sure if it's just like regularly not open or if it's just not open, but it is still listed on the awning. So probably still a thing. It's gonna be kind of similar to the Memories di Portofino that we were in, resort wear, that kind of thing. Really great for if you figure out something or if you're just looking for like something kind of basic to add to your collection. Just probably gonna be a little more expensive. Just occurred to me that it's not a castle at the beach pool, it's a Roman aqueduct, obviously. All right, we have made it to our first of the restaurants. This is Trattoria del Porto. Now, Trattoria del Porto is closed tonight, but this is a very interesting restaurant. And I actually saw that they do sometimes offer a specialty buffet where you can kind of create your own pasta. Putting the phone up to the window so you can see inside. This is definitely gonna be one of the more casual table service locations. If it is open when you're here, it's just a bit of a slower time for me right now. But they do have indoor and outdoor seating. So all the seating out here that right now is just kind of general seating is also available at Trattoria del Porto. And just next door, we have Mama Della's Ristorante, which is gonna be one of the fine dining locations here at the hotel. It's gonna be a lot of sort of elegant Italian food, more upscale. Prices are a little higher, as you can see. Open from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. daily. And I just think of Italian restaurants as very romantic. So I would imagine Mama Della's is certainly on the romantic side. Now, just to make it easier on you, Harbor Piazza is considered the first floor of the hotel. If you're ever lost, you can kind of get to Harbor Piazza and have a little bit more effort in figuring out where you need to go. There's even this directional sign. To access the east wing and west wing of rooms, there are gonna be these wings of the hotel, and you're gonna enter in to them right after Harbor Piazza. So that was kind of tricky when I was finding the room, but I did it. I didn't need any help. A familiar location. You remember Sal's Market Deli, the quick service location that we snagged that very good sandwich from earlier. We've got another merchandise location here. This is Galleria Portofino, which is where you're gonna find more artistic and finer goods, nicer jewelry. Things are gonna be a little more expensive in here, and there actually is full-on art that you can purchase. This is fun. It's a Godfather print. The Universal Studios store is closed for me right now. Now, it wouldn't be a big deal because if I wanted something Universal, I could just hop on the boat or walk a little bit and end up at the big Universal Studios store at City Walk. But they're gonna have a lot of your basic Universal merchandise, t-shirts and things like that. This hotel has some pretty wild perks that we'll talk about, but perhaps one of the most exciting, in my opinion, is the Gelateria. Can't stay at Portofino Bay and not get gelato. Oh, there's tons of candy too. Oh, how perfect. It's connected to the Starbucks, and your girl needs a coffee because she is dragging. I got the mango gelato. They had a lot of really good flavors in there. I took a little video so you guys can see, but I got the mango because I've just been getting mango everything lately, and it has made me jealous, so I got it. Oh, it's good. It tastes like real mangoes. It's a little too sweet for like to taste like just plain creamy mango, but it tastes really, really good. It tastes like real mango. Okay, gelato's complete. I took a little sit down for a while. We had a couple more things to see out here, and hopefully we'll catch some live music, which would be really awesome. You can see a bunch of people are kind of coming back to the hotel for the night. Parks are open until 9 p.m., but it's no longer like the middle of the day, so people are coming back for dinner and to hang out. So past the Starbucks is where you enter that east wing over there, which is where we're staying. So up on this second level up here is Bice, which is a Italian restaurant chain. And that is another option for dinner here. So tons of Italian restaurant options. Basically, if you like Italian food, Portofino Bay is for you. There's another shop here as well that is closed, but it's more like t-shirts and resort wear. Here's the breakdown of Bice. This one is another more expensive restaurant. Entrees are gonna be in the $40 and $50 range. So it's definitely a little fancier of a night out. But Bice is upstairs. So to get up there, you kind of stroll up these stairs. I know you see me walking past this very pleasant Thirsty Fish bar, and don't worry, we are gonna go there. That is gonna be our dinner, but we have one more stop to visit before we head to Thirsty Fish, and it's actually gonna be over in the East Wing. So we're gonna head that way. Something to note also that you might have gathered from the room service menu earlier is that this hotel is pet friendly for cats and dogs. And I now would like to take my cat on vacation. Hemingway is very easygoing and he doesn't mind new environments. So I think he could hang here. Those rooms are gonna be this first floor. So these first floor rooms in the bay and garden views, those are where the pet friendly rooms are. This is Hillside Pool. It closed a little earlier, so it actually is closed right now. But this is another one of those quieter pools. I will caution, this one is closer to the regular water. So I can hear that it's a little buggy over here. Then again, it is dusk and this pool is closed, so it's probably not something to worry about too much. You cannot have poolside service at this one because it's just so far from the other pools. This is mostly just kind of like a quiet, get away from the hustle and bustle of the beach pool, sort of extra pool that's over here. Also, if you follow this pathway, you know, you've got the lovely walkways along Portofino Bay. And here's one of them, for instance. The thing that I really like about this is we can see what a garden view looks like. So if you don't have a bay view, you still have the beautiful view of the gardens. I've seen a lot of talk online that there just isn't a bad view here at Portofino Bay. And I don't necessarily disagree. I've loved everything I've taken a look at. Yeah, as we saw on the map earlier, on both sides of the bay, you'll find the garden walk. And the garden walk is this really beautiful, extremely well-maintained walkway that winds through many of the Universal hotels, pretty much all of them except the Value and the Prime values. And actually, Cabana Bay does have access to this walkway as well. So it's pretty much just everything close enough to access the garden walk does access the garden walk. And this is one of them. I'm not going to walk the whole thing right now, obviously, because I don't need to go to City Walk. And it'll put you out right by the entrance to Universal Studios. So it actually puts you out even closer to the parks than you would if you drove and parked at City Walk. And you can see the line of lights over there is the garden path on the other side if you need to walk from that side. The garden path is actually going to give you access to the most Universal Orlando Resort locations. So if you want to see some of the other hotels, the garden path is going to be the way to go. If you want to go to the parks, you can take the garden path. If you want to go to City Walk, the only place it won't lead is Volcano Bay and the hotels that don't have access to the garden path, of course. But look at these doors. I know it's like window, but it looks like it's a, no, I mean, none of the other ones look like that. That looks silly. That looks like you'd open that and fall right out. Oh my gosh. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to show you because of copyright strikes, but I'm gonna try to show you that the live opera is happening. It's a Musica della Notte, music of the night, and it's live opera, and they sing opera classics as well as opera covers of pop hits. And I'm gonna try to show you guys just a little snippet if I can. It's so magical. My timing is so perfect because now I'm gonna have drinks and small plates with live opera in the Piazza. Doesn't it look like I'm like in Italy? Real quick, we've got our West Guest Wing entrance right here past Bice, and then right here is going to be a very important spot. This is the boat dock for the water taxis. So this is how I plan to get to the park in the morning. I'm sure it's gonna be a little busy because I am gonna be rope dropping, but the water taxis do come fairly regularly. It's about every 10 minutes. There's one cruising this way right now, and they take people to and from a boat dock that is like right close to the gates of the park. So very easy to get in and out. You also get to go through security here, so it's really not a hassle. So water taxis, very big amenity. take you to the parks or City Walk. We'll see how long that takes and everything in the morning, and I will be sure to show you because that's a huge thing when you're picking a hotel. You want to know how long it's actually going to take you to get places. All right, the final stop on our tour, and conveniently our dinner spot, is going to be the Thirsty Fish Bar. This is a full bar with a pretty extensive menu. We're going to eat here, so I won't get too far into it, but it's honestly a very casual vibe, very relaxing. I'm going to grab a seat outside on the Piazza so I can listen to the music and look at the bay. And tell me this isn't the perfect table. The other thing about the live opera, it happens at sunset. So I actually Googled earlier and sunset was at 8:30 and they came out pretty much on the dot at 8:30. So it happens at sunset and they sing for a little while every night on the Piazza. Dinner has arrived. There's live opera singers, beautiful light in the Piazza, the bay nearby. This is an elite dinner right now. You do have specialty cocktails, but I went with a glass of Prosecco because it just feels just wrong not to drink Italian wine in this environment, so I'm drinking Italian wine. And then I got this salad. This is the citrus salad with mixed greens, shaved fennel, orange, citrus vinaigrette, and pistachio. It's a really big salad portion. Sorry it's so dark, but I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not super hungry from my sandwich earlier, so I think this is the perfect portion. And you could add chicken or shrimp to it. The food menu here is limited, but I think has a lot of stuff that works. And then of course if you wanted the pizza or the calzones, you could go back over to Sal's at this time if you didn't want to do a full table service meal. But I'm a big proponent of the lounge meal because it still feels fancy, but a lot of times it's a little cheaper and a little more casual and you can just walk in without a reservation. So cheers to that. Ooh, that's a way better Prosecco than I was expecting. It's just Lunetta, but Lunetta's good Prosecco. For cheap Prosecco. And I got my bite with a little bit of everything. This is a tasty salad. You definitely have to like the way the greens taste, like salad greens. If you usually like to bury the more mild planty taste of lettuce and arugula and stuff like that, the dressing and the inclusions in the salad don't really do enough to do that. It's the main flavor. I like the dressing. It's a very mild, citrusy, sort of coats everything really well. I wish it were a little bit more zingy from the vinaigrette. It's a vinaigrette. I wish it had a little bit more of that tang to it from vinegar. I love the oranges in there. They're super nice and obviously add to the sort of citrusy lightness of the salad. It's great for a really hot night like tonight, super summery. And the pistachios are awesome. I love pistachios and it's not something you see in salad a lot. All right, dinner's done and it's about 9 p.m. So we're gonna head back to the room and we're gonna talk a little bit about the perks of staying at a premier Universal hotel on the way there. And you're gonna wanna hear these. It's wild. Universal has frankly amazing perks for hotel guests. For staying at really any Universal hotel, you get a number of awesome perks, the best of those being early entry to the theme parks. This is similar to Disney World. You do get early entry over there as well. The early entry here is typically about an hour, and it typically gives you access to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which frankly is what you would want to use the early entry for anyway, because it's the most popular rides in the park. They get the longest lines throughout the day. That early entry is a huge perk. Other Universal perks you get all around are the free Universal transportation that is very reliable and comes all the time and you hardly ever have to wait for. You also get resort-wide charging privileges to your room if you'd like to use them. You can do package delivery. It's a lot of great perks like that, but by far the most amazing perk for the premier level Universal hotels is that you get free unlimited Express Pass. Free unlimited Express Pass. That's so wild. Express is Universal's skip the line offering. It works very different from Disney's Genie Plus in that you pay a lot more money. It's a much more expensive offering, but then you get to skip the line a lot easier. You're not booking individual lightning lanes. You're not competing against other guests for good lightning lane times. You are just walking up to the ride when you want to ride it and using your lane. You're not on your phone. It works with your room key when you have it here, and it works with your park ticket if you buy it in the park or in advance. It is super, super easy to use. There are two versions of Express. There is regular Express where you can skip each participating attractions line once, and there's Unlimited Express where you can skip participating attractions lines as many times as you want. Unlimited is included at this hotel. You get to skip the standby line at any attraction as much as you want, as long as it's included in Express. And the only rides that aren't included in Express are Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventures, which you get early entry to ride, and Pteranodon Flyers, which most people can't ride unless you're with a kiddo of a certain height anyway. It is hands down the best perk you can get from staying at a theme park hotel. Now, do you always need Express? Is it the one reason you should book one of the highest tier hotels here? I mean, no. On weekdays and slower seasons, you probably don't, but it'll save you a lot of time on busier days on weekends, and especially in the summer, this time of year, Express will save you a ton of time. If you want to learn more about using Express, the video that I am filming tomorrow is actually going to be an Express versus Genie Plus comparison, so you can learn all about the basics of Express and the pros and cons of the service as well when that hits the channel. And the Unlimited Express is typically around $170, and if you look at a comparison between the hotel tier right below this one and this hotel tier, you're not paying that much more to book a premier hotel. You're not paying $170 more per night. You're paying less than that, so you're getting Express for cheap. Now, I can hear fireworks going off right now, but I can't see them. And I know they're right in that direction. So I think I might just be too low to see them. Maybe from my room we can see them. I guess I could try to make it up there before the show ends. We'll see if I can. It's really unclear where the fireworks are coming from. I don't think they're Universal's because the time doesn't line up and there's too many. Because Universal's show is mostly water effects. There's a lot of fireworks. So I don't know what fireworks those are, but I am seeing fireworks. All right, I'm tired, but we gotta talk pros and cons. I'm not too tired to do that. Pros of this hotel. It's on the fancier side as theme park hotels go. No, you're not getting true luxury here. You're actually not even gonna get luxury like you would get at Grand Floridian, but you're also paying half of what you would pay at Grand Floridian for a pretty nice upscale experience when it comes to theme park experiences. There's also fewer kids around. This is a more adult geared hotel. There are the Despicable Me family suites, but I noticed fewer kids around than at some of the, like Cabana Bay, had tons of kids because it's a very kid-friendly resort with a lot of family suites. Other pluses are that it does have the beautiful theme. It's something that a lot of people choose this resort for, is because the theme is so beautiful and there's just so many like great ways to like walk around and wander around. The amenities in the dining are a great plus. If you love Italian food, there is no better hotel for you. The dining here is amazing. And of course, probably the biggest pro of staying at Portofino Bay is those premier level perks. Unlimited Express Pass included. Just beautiful. Cons wise, you probably see one of these coming. It's the price. Though Portofino Bay is not as dramatically priced as Disney's deluxe resorts, it's still going to be more expensive per night than a lot of other options. And one thing that Universal has going for it is that a lot of those value and prime value hotels have amazing amenities too. Wonderful lounges, Starbucks in the lobby, great pools, also amazing theming. The theming at Cabana Bay was killer as well. The other con is going to be that this resort is spread out and kind of confusing to navigate. Now today I liked that and it was charming to wander around, but you might not like it as much when you're trying to get from your room to the water taxi so that you can be on Hagrid's before the line gets to be an hour and a half. So it's definitely a con just because it is a little larger with a little bit of a confusing layout. But if you're just wandering around, that's actually kind of a plus. I haven't fully completed my assessment though. I got 8 hours of bed science to do. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'll report back in the morning. We'll check out that transportation and we'll decide, you know, is Portofino Bay really worth it? We'll see. See you in the morning. Good morning. I have a surprise for you guys. There it is. It's the surprise. That's literally it. She came like after I was already asleep, and now I'm gonna leave. Friendship. Heading out for the day. Said goodbye to Fry Bucket. She's headed back to Texas. But I have a video to film at Universal. I told you about it. It's the Express one. So that's what we're gonna go do. We're gonna head to the perks to film the Express video, which means I get to use some of my perks like early entry and Express, which is very exciting. But I am headed down to drop off my bag with luggage services so I don't have to carry around the parks all day. And we'll head to the theme parks. So the bed was super comfy. I loved the super soft pillows. So I slept really, really well. Definitely like lived up to the expectation of a nicer hotel's bed. And checkout is at 11 a.m. You can request a late checkout, but it's not guaranteed, especially if they need to turn that room over to someone else pretty quickly. But you can request a late checkout. I'm headed now, it's way before 11, but I'm headed now to drop off my bag with luggage services. Checkout, you can do it a lot of ways, over the phone, at the desk. You can also just drop your key off and it's technically automatic, so it's pretty easy to check out. You get emailed your folio, so I got emailed that last night and have like my room charges, all listed. And yeah, it's pretty simple. I'll take you guys with me on the water taxi to the theme park so we can see how long it takes. All right, I'm heading to the water taxi. The boat is here, so hopefully we catch it. And of course, you didn't think I was leaving without Starbucks, did you? There's Starbucks at the hotel. How am I not gonna get Starbucks? Okay, so the boat dock's let off right here, and for reference, that's the gate to Universal Studios. So we're at the very edge of City Walk, very close to the parks. It's a really convenient place to get dropped off. And that's Portofino Bay. I don't know, I think when it comes to is it worth it, the biggest factor for me is that unlimited express pass. It's a nice hotel. I think you absolutely get what you pay for. It's not true luxury, it's theme park luxury, and it's not priced as true luxury either, where some of the Disney hotels are priced like true luxury and they don't feel it, and it feels a little, This one is priced reasonably and still feels like a little bit more of an upscale experience. So I really enjoyed my stay. I'd absolutely stay there again, but I think the biggest decision factor for me was, do I want or need Universal Express Pass? And if I do, then I would stay at Portofino Bay in a heartbeat. That's such an amazing perk. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and now go watch my tour of Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort. See you there.